told me I need to make videos of cooking. And I'm gonna do this because someday I'm gonna be gone, and I wish I had videos of my grandmother and my mother doing things that I never had time to learn. So what I'm doing right now is making dog food. My dogs are really special to me, and I want to make sure that they get really good nutrition and not the junk that is in most dog foods. So what I've done here is I've boiled 4 whole chickens. And what I do is I put them in a roast oven, and I cook them for about 24 hours. And once they come to a boil, then I'll go in and start breaking them up as they get tender enough to do so, so that all the bones are under the broth. And I only add about 2 or 3 cups of water because they make so much broth on their own. Then after they are fully cooked and I know that those bones are mush, I cool it down, remove it to a pan, and I put the broth in a dish that is deep and not too big around, so that all the fat will rise. When the chicken is cooled, I go in and I pull all the skin and fat off and throw that away, and the bones I mash up into tiny pieces so that they're just basically ground bone meal. If I make my chicken with boneless chicken breast or boneless thighs and don't have those ground bones in it, then I'll add food grade bone meal so that the dogs have that bone, because my dogs don't like raw bones, and you can't give them cooked bones unless, like this, they're ground. Then I break it up into pieces like this and set that aside. And in my cooker, I have browned 20 pounds of ground beef. So basically I started out with 20 pounds of chicken. Now I've got 20 pounds of ground beef. And when it is done, I drain it thoroughly because dogs don't process fat like people do. When that's done, I set that aside to chill. And then in this pan, I make vegetables. And I use the defatted chicken broth from the chicken that I cooked. And to this, I have added a large, one of the super large bags of California mix and another of mixed vegetables. And then I also added about 6 large zucchinis fresh from our garden that I chopped up into bite-sized pieces, about 2 cups of rice, and about a half a cup of chia seed. Now, sometimes I'll put in flax meal. That's all good. A lot of people recommend that you give your dogs berries or apples, but mine will eat everything but the berries and apples, and they will just spit those out, so I don't even bother to put them in anymore. Now I'm going to put 1/4 of each of these pans into a pan like this, and I'm going to mix it up, and then I'm going to package it either in smaller pans with foil over the top or in gallon Ziploc bags. Enough for about 4 or 5 days for my 4 Yorkies. And this right here will feed them probably for a month. So I don't have to do this on a real regular basis. And in addition to this, my dogs usually get about a half of a scrambled egg in the morning. And to their dog food, I will usually add either a scoop of Greek yogurt, plain of course, or a spoonful of cottage cheese. And for snacks, they get cheese cubes, they get canned green beans, they get fresh carrots, which they really, really love. And then I also make my own dog treats, which are freeze-dried smelt that I get from a fish store in Kemah. I dehydrate chicken gizzards and hearts and chunks of liver. And I also cut up boneless, skinless chicken breast into about 1-inch squares and dehydrate those. In the evening before they go to bed at night, they all get a grain-free teeny greenie, and that helps keep their teeth clean. My dogs all just went in for dental cleaning, and the vet was very pleased. They hadn't been in 2 years, and their teeth were all in great shape. And that says a lot for dogs that are 8 years old. So I'm going to mix this up and get it packaged up, and then my granddaughter is going to know how to make dog food.